Hey, you guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Naughty Love Movement. Girl Nikki, bringing you the latest and trending topics. And I'm right. And guys, so today off of work, so I'm dedicating this day to okay. We're gonna be live on and off all day, continuous. We're gonna do whatever we want to do because that's what we do over here at Naughty Movement. But before we get into today's content, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and button so that you can be notified when I update content to my channel. Also, follow us on our different social media platforms. We're located on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Right? And all that information will be below in my description box. So much fun. I love YouTube. And shout out to all my new subs. Yes. Loving all my new subs. Loving the comments. Okay. We having a good time in the comments, you guys. And it is just, I'm just having a blast being a YouTuber. I love it. Please make sure y'all hit what? Yeah. Yeah. My man loves to interrupt my lives. He loves to. Okay. Yes, you can't see me? We're going to cut that out, Naughty Crew. All right. Anyway, yeah. We're going to jump into it. And I want to say shout out to Sherelle's World for bringing this to our attention. Okay. As you all know, the Real Housewives of Potomac is airing. All right. And there's some accusation of some colorism going on. Okay. And at first I was like, I don't know. But then I had to start thinking back, right? Candace wasn't the first one to be aggressive on the show. Okay. It was one of the Green Eye Bandits, Robin. And I started to think back to different seasons. They've been covering up for sis. And when Candace and Monique got into it, it was a whole big deal. Okay. But when Robin did it, it wasn't a problem. So let's do it. We're going to go over to Instagram. Okay, here we go. And shout out to the Neighborhood Talks for dropping this footage. But let's read the caption. Famu says they don't treat Robin's aggression the same way they treated Monique's. And I can think of a few reasons why, because everyone was so scared to film with Monique. But when it was Robin, it's funny. And I can't see the rest. But y'all get the gist of it, right? All right, let's jump into this clip. They gave us some receipts.
Please put your fingers out. Please put your fingers out of my face, Robin. Please put your fingers out of my face, Robin.
About my life. Giving you
Please put your fingers out of my face. Please put your fingers out. Please put your fingers out of my face, Robin. Please put your fingers out of my face, Robin. Please, get out my face.
I don't want to get a copyright strike. All right. So this is why they're saying there's colorism. They're saying Robin is not treated the same like Candace and Monique situation. So it looks like viewers are not happy with the latest episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. Many of them have taken to social media to accuse producers and cast members of colorism for not calling out Robin Dixon's aggressive behavior. Okay. One user wrote, they don't treat Robin's aggression the same way they treated Monique. And I can think of a few reasons why. Everyone was so scared to film with Monique, but when it's Robin, it's funny and she's being real. I agree. So drop down into my comments, Naughty Crew. What do you think? I feel like there is a clear difference. But you know what? Bravo, they not only colorists, they racist too. I said it. Like, I'm not surprised by this. They gonna do anything for ratings. All right. But y'all see it here. Robin get gangster if she wants to, okay? But I think I might know why. Miss Robin might be so aggressive because her dude is a little flake. Let's jump into it. Let me see what's going on over here. Hey, Curse, Grand Rising, beautiful. Hey, Queen. Thank you for joining. Okay, we talking about Potomac. I want to get into the sauce. It's so many layers. All right. Okay. But I think I might know why Miss Robin is being so aggressive. Okay. Let's jump into it because shout out to Sherelle's World. They also brought this article out. And I'm not going to get into the whole article. You guys can go over to her channel and watch the footage. Shout out to the Neighborhoods Talk. But Real Housewives of Potomac, Robin Dixon's husband. Well, I didn't know they was married. I thought they was waiting to get remarried for the wedding. That's never going to happen. All right. Anyway, I digress. So Real Housewives of Potomac, Robin Dixon, Juan, her boyfriend, her man, her baby daddy, okay? Her living partner, whatever you want to call it. He's not her husband. He's accused of covering up a SA and blackmail in new lawsuit against Copen State University. You guys, and at first I didn't get it. Right? At first I didn't get it. I had to watch several YouTubers to comprehend this in my brain. It just took me a while, you guys. So let's see what they're saying. If you're a fan of Real Housewives like myself, you know the cast members facing lawsuits isn't something new. But chow, Real Housewives of Potomac, Robin Dixon's fiance, oh, they got it right there, okay? Juan Dixon is being accused of allegedly covering up a SA and blackmailing on his basketball team. According to the Baltimore Brew, that's where you guys can go and find the article, a Coppin University assistant basketball coach allegedly catfished a player online into providing intimate photos and text, then blackmailed him into videotaping a S encounter, okay, before releasing the videotapes and photos when the players resisted further demands for the SEX, the lawsuit states. The lawsuit alleges, by information and belief, Lucian Brownie, a former guard who served as director of player development and director of basketball operations, harassed, tormented, and SA'd the player, Irving Williams, before publishing the intimate photos, we'll say, and videos he had obtained from the student. So after the SEX photos were shared of the victim with the basketball team, allegedly by Coach Brownie, Juan Dixon, who is also a coach there, allegedly informed the victim that Brownlee had a mental illness and that his misconduct was no secret to him. Dixon allegedly admitted this via a phone conversation to the victim and a member of the victim's family. If this is found to be true, it would mean that Dixon failed to protect and report a student from SA and blackmail. What do you guys think about this? This is crazy. This is the most excitement Robin has had since she's been filming. If you ask me, about time. About time we know something, Robin. And so here are the court documents. Neighborhood Talks posted this. Let me see. As you see, it names the plaintiff, Irving Williams. Oh my God. He's from New Jersey. He's a Jersey native. Oh, that's why I was called to this story. Yes, New Jersey in the house. All right. I could barely read this, you guys. My eyesight is horrible. But you could go, I'm going to drop the link, and you could go on there to see the court documents. Yeah, and there you have it. That's where Juan's name is listed. This is a big deal. Let's see what this says. They have this. It says this portion of the court documents highlights Juan Dixon's alleged knowledge of the S misconduct and failure to report it. Upon returning to Coppin State University for 2024, Lucian Brownlee renewed his blackmail demands. When plaintiff did not respond, the defendant followed through with his threats and the material used to blackmail plaintiff and revealed to the members of the team, staff, and the public. Plaintiff was directed by Coach Dixon to attend practice the following day. Defendant Dixon met personally with the plaintiff. Defendant Juan Dixon admitted to the plaintiff that Brownlee was mentally ill or otherwise emotionally imbalanced, and that is his history, which was known to the coach, Mr. Carter, and school. So they were aware this man's sickness, okay? Defendant Dixon again confirmed his awareness of the coach Brownlee instability. Later that same evening, in a phone call to plaintiff's brother and father, where defendant Dixon repeated that Lucian was sick and had a troubled background. The defendant, with full knowledge of previously described events, took no action to address that their director of basketball operation and assistant coach victimized the plaintiff. This is horrible. This is horrible. And this is the plaintiff, okay? Or wait, no, former assistant. No, this is the former assistant coach for Coppin State University basketball team, Lucian Brownlee. So this is who the lawsuit is against. Drop down into my comments, Naughty Crew. I think this is going to get juicy. Yes. Yes. They have racist tendencies, curves, and they have colorist tendencies. They have their favorites for sure. Yes, no wonder Juan is always MIA. Good point. Yes, he is not beat for the camera. He is not. Actually, I think he resents Robin for wanting to continue to do this because I think they need the money. Finally, a storyline. I agree, Curves. Liability. And let me tell you, it took me over and over again. I'm like, what did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? And so me and my man, we was discussing it, whatever. He was like, you know what? Him failing to report it. He is a public figure. He's a public, he has a leadership role. So he had an obligation. It's just like when children are in school, right? If they go to the teacher showing the bruises and stuff like that, or if the teacher suspects that there's some neglect going on in the home, they have an obligation. They are mandated reporters, I believe. They have an obligation to report that to, in New Jersey, called DIFAS, the Department of Family and Youth Services, or whatever. They have an obligation to report it. So it's the same thing, you guys. It's the same thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. So I mean, finally, some excitement for Robin. I mean, it's negative, but it makes sense. It makes sense to me why she's so aggressive because she's so unhappy in her relationship. But I feel like Robin is deeply depressed, allegedly, and she needs to find her worth. Seriously. Because why do you keep staying in this relationship? I don't get it. Move on already. The boys will be perfectly fine as long as they still have their dad. Let me know what you think. Yes. So there's so much going on in Potomac. You know, this last episode, you got Ashley turning on Candace once again. All right. And Ashley's a snake in the grass. That's just the bottom line or whatever. But she's going through divorce or whatever right now. So she's out in these streets driving like it's hot and dating. And it looks like she got a younger version of Michael. Yeah. So shout out to the Jasmine brand. Okay, for this information. Real Housewives of Potomac, Ashley Darby seemingly moves on from estranged husband Michael, spotted on weekend-long date with Summer House reality star Luke Goberson. Oh, I remember him. I used to watch Summer House. Here he is. So let's see what the Jasmine brand has to say. The Real Housewives of Potomac star was photoed out with a new man over the past weekend amid her pending divorce from Michael Darby. Ashley Darby, 34, sadly announced she was leaving her 63-year-old husband back in April of this year after 8 years of marriage. While the TV star has previously opened up about the difficulties of moving on, it seems she's now ready to give dating a go. Apparently, Darby has had her eyes set on actor and fellow Bravo star Luke Goberson, who she had an extended date with over the weekend. After admitting she had an attraction to him, Goberson reportedly made a move on Darby during this year's BravoCon. The two sparked dating rumors promptly after, following Bravo executive Andy Cohen reportedly stated he wanted to make on a fan's request to set the two up. So Darby reportedly hosted the 38-year-old in DC, where the two were photoed out attending the Washington Capitals game on Saturday, November the 5th, and the Washington Commanders game on Sunday. Given a copy update on the building romance, Gilbertson says the two are still getting to know each other. In the evening, when we have some free time, we tend to chat a little bit and to know each other. I mean, she's down there in the greater Washington, D.C. area. I'm up here in New York City. All right, you know what? I'm happy for Ashley that she is taking the steps to date, because I feel like once Ashley became a mother, became more isolated, more secluded, and I think that's why she had fears about getting out here in the dating world. But Ashley a little freak. Don't get it messed up. She gonna be all right. She gonna be all right. But I wish them the best. And take your time, Ashley. Don't rush into nothing. Y'all need to draw. Let me go over to these comments to see what y'all talking about. Okay. Exactly. Robin and Juan are doomed. So they are placeholders. Yes. I don't think they getting married, curves at all. I don't think there's not gonna be a wedding. I don't even know why they fake it. I don't even think Juan and Robin sleep in the same bed. I love it. Ashley, 5 heads is starting out here in these streets. She looking for a new sponsor. Yes, her tribe. Yes, Kurt. I wonder. I wonder. She never really says what she identifies as. That's a good point. Maybe we should ask her, Curves. We should jump into her messages. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't seem attracted to anything melanated. You want to know why? Because Ashley is attracted to the money. She is a mastermind at this. I give her that. She plotted on her husband. She made sure she got her kids so she could get that child support for the next 18 years. And now she working on her house. She is top-notch gold digger, if you ask me. She is top-notch gold digger. So the brain story to my naughty crew. I got some other stuff we're gonna get into because these love and hip hop streets acting up too. And I'm staying live first. Phil, I'm off of work today. So two families. And Kurz, we neck and neck. I see your subscribers getting up there, girl. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So up next, guys, we're gonna get into this love and hip hop drama. We talked about Scrappy and Mama D yesterday. Okay, Mama D is out here at Whole Food. Yes, they are. They are. You know, trying to find out. And I think his wife is making my Wi-Fi's cutting out. But I think his wife is making him get help. And he has to go back so that he can grow as a man. And I think it was a big deal for his mother. He couldn't even receive it. Okay. Now, Mena and Safari are getting divorced. He been dragging her through the mud, you guys. He been dragging her through the mud. Let's get into this. He is a class of gaslighter. And I can't stand what he took Erica through. They both crazy though, to be quite honest. They both crazy and they both kind of use each other for clout. You know what I'm saying? The whole wetting on Love and Hip Hop. It was signs that she shouldn't have married that man. Let's just keep it real. But both of them wanted the clout. All right. And this is what you get. 2 kids later. This is what you get. Okay. Let's jump into it. You know, Erica on the episode was getting into what she was going through, but Safari had the nerve to bring his sneaker link. He don't have no respect. That fool don't have no respect. And he brought a chick that looked just like her. Unbelievable. Make sure this is on the right setting. Unbelievable. So let's get into this. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talks for dropping this information.
Bronx Beach.
Which one? Little mini you.
Mini me?
Is that the one that he sent the roses to when we was
Yes, that one. That same
in
girl.
Beach? It's crazy because I'm on a reality show and it's like, this is some reality show bull. But the that this man has put me through, I can't make this up.
What y'all think? Yeah, and Curves, they took a hiatus because of the Sea Girl, you know what I'm saying? And now they all coming back or whatever. I think New York is about to come back and stuff like that. But Erica Mena and Safari got married for a storyline. Let's just keep it real. They got married for a storyline. And look at this caption. She's like, this is from Erica. She said, damn, look how skinny I look. Postpartum and a broken heart is no joke. Protect your peace, my queens. It is so important. Yeah, these girls in the industry, they be going through a lot, okay, with these guys. Yes, it's like the ladies from Flavor of Love, but having a midlife crisis. Well, Curls, let me tell you, the divorce is finally final. And I'm so excited about it because I'm tired of these two. And I have Erica's reaction. But don't you know, parts Safari was trying to avoid paying child support and everything. He was talking about Erica make more money than him. Like, boy, didn't you just win your lawsuit? Well, he got robbed of all his jewelry and his friend got convicted. But yeah, no, Safari didn't even want to pay child support. Talk about Erica makes significant more money than him. He crazy. But this is what happened when you get involved with these narcissists, okay? You know, and I feel bad. I don't want anybody to have a broken heart, but here is Erica's reaction when she got the news that the divorce was final. Because this is how I heard. I was like, thank God this nigga going.
You was just talking about that.
Yeah, she's excited. So Erica was super excited to find out her divorce from Safari was officially settled, and she had very cussed their 2 children, but the joy soon turned to anger after she found out he only has to pay $4,305 a month in child support. What are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts? I always thought Safari was, oh, he do got some femme tendencies, curves. Maybe he's bi. You know, men in the industry are different now. They like they behinds, they and everything. Okay. They like they behinds, they. But what y'all think about the child support settlement? How much he got to pay? I think it's fair. I mean, her income matters too. So whatever's missing, she got to match it. She match it, then you got $8,000 a month for the kids. I'm just saying, I feel like both parents should have to contribute. But she sounded like 50 Cent right now, talking about $6,700 ain't enough a month. The industry. Exactly. But they're officially nuts. But I'm so happy this divorce is over, Naughty Crew, so we can all rest. I'm tired of seeing Erica cry. And I'm tired of Safari gaslighting her. On this season, he was trying to cozy up to her and everything. Like, let's work it out. Now you want to work it out because you found out it's cheaper to keep her. Fool. I don't think $4K a month is bad. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. She lives in Atlanta. The cost of living is different. Exactly. It could be a 0. Curves. Okay? Because some pay nothing. Nothing at all. And I think she just glad that she was, and now she can move with her and raise her children or whatever. But Safari was doing all type of stuff before the season even dropped. He was online posting with his kids all of a sudden. You ain't never did that, Safari. All of a sudden, he all playing with his kids. Like, the world didn't see you watch your daughter fall down and you ain't even go console her. Full of it. He is so full of it. All right. That's enough of Love and Hip Hop. That's as much energy as I could give them. Okay, you guys. Next, we're going to jump into Chingy and Sydney Star. Okay, Curves, let's get into this Sydney Star character. I can't stand her. I can't stand her for a number of reasons, guys. Because she ruins people. And I'll never respect what she does. I'll never respect what she does. But I have Chingy speaking on Vlad TV. And I have Sydney Star's respond. Of course she's going to respond because she's thirsty. Of course she's going to respond because she's thirsty. Mm-hmm. She thirsty. I can't stand the curves. I don't like what she do. You saw what she tried to do with Eddie Winslow. I don't like when, look, I'm all for the movement. If you feel like you're supposed to be a different gender, I have that. The trickery and the foolery they do behind the scenes to get in relationship and to get clout. And I don't like the idea of outing people when they're not ready to be outed. So even if you had a moment with this person, why would you turn around and weaponize that? Because if the shoe was on the other foot, you'll be a victim, right? You cannot trick people. You cannot trick people like that into thinking you're something a dangerous game that they play. And this is very near and dear to me because I have a cousin. She wrote a book about people in the trans community. It's called, and it's now a movie. The book is called Secret Society. It's my cousin Miasha. She's originally out of Philly. I have tons of family in Philly. I have about like 300 cousins in Philly, period, alone. But my cousin made it big off this book and went to a play. And then she moved to Atlanta and now it's streaming on Amazon. And it's called Secret Society. And it's a part 1 and a part 2. I have to get to the part 2, but go check it out on Amazon. And it talks about the life of transgenders, what they have to go through when it comes to dating and everything. So that's why this story is kind of hits home for me. Yes, Chingy and Sydney Starr. Chingy and Sydney Starr. So back in the day, Kurz, Sydney Starr put allegations out there that Chingy was sleeping with her, and it kind of ruined his career. Guys, I'm so sorry. I gotta take a break. I need some tissue. My allergies acting crazy. I'll be right back. Hey, for me 1 second. Whew. Sorry about it, guys. I'm still fighting this cold. It's like the lingerings, the coughing, and everything. Oh, really? Oh my God, Kurz. I have tons of family in Philadelphia. I'm always back and forth. Yes, it's clout chasing. Yes, it is. It's very much that. Okay. Um. So what she did was drop. I think she dropped pictures or something, and then she, put the allegations out there, like, I'm dealing with Chingy and this and that, and it kind of ruined his career. It put a dark mark, a damper on it, so to speak, and you really didn't hear much from him after that. So he went on Vlad TV and gave an interview, and they asked him about it, and here's his response.
After that happened, I was about to stop taking pictures with homosexual individuals because I felt like they may try to do something like that. But then I said, you know what? Everybody else ain't did nothing to me. I ain't gonna do that because I got fans that's homosexual, and I have nothing against them for what this individual did. So I took that risk or chance. You know what I'm saying? Because
all right, there you have it. There you have it. I mean, and see, some people might call him that gesture homophobic, but you see, he backtracked. Like, he couldn't take that out on his fans or whatever. Let's jump into some of these comments. When he said everybody heard after that was in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Hey, 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 yeah, that was his song. This person said, yeah, I heard about it. I feel horrible for him. Sad that his career just faded after. I'm sure at the time there was blatant from didn't care. People thought he was gay, so they stopped supporting him. That's sad. Like, person's sexual preference is your choice. Like, I have no judgment. That has nothing to do with the art. It really doesn't. I could care less who you sleep with. What I have a problem with is when being honest. Okay. People aren't living in their truth and they're people, hoodwinking people. Like, in this day and age, we don't gotta do all that. that. And maybe if this happened back, like if people thought like we think now, it wouldn't have took away from his career. But how come Sydney Starr gets to go around making accusations like this without consequence, people? Like, that's what I don't get. She was wrong for this. She was wrong for this. I feel that. Let me see what some of these comments say. Exactly. It's not okay. I have a real problem with that because when someone wants to come out, that's very sensitive and personal, and allow that person to do it in the way they choose. They see fit. You know what I mean? You never know if a person comes from a religious family. You could cause them to be ostracized from their family and everything. And she tried it again with Eddie. I know his name not Eddie Winslow, but y'all know who I'm talking about, right? She tried it again. When she have concepts, feel like Sydney is so thirsty. Did you see how she was outside of the Baddies reunion? She looked like a whole flunky out there. Natalie, how come I can't come in? How come I can't come in? Pick me, pick me. She's such a mess. She a hot mess, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But I have her response, and she put it out there, so we're going to get into it, Naughty Crew. Let's go. She's a mess. So, neighborhood talk again. Sydney Starr responds to Chingy saying her lying about them dating ruined his career. I was young as F. I made a mistake. I'll never be able to move on from this. Okay, so here's Sydney's response. So nobody wants to talk about my apology video on World Star Hip Hop I made years ago. Wow, young and made a mistake. My God, will never be able to move on from this. Smiling in my head. I'm done. Let's see what these comments are saying. LeJo official says, we really don't care for real, so don't worry, girl. You washed up, Sydney. That's why you so thirsty to get on Baddies. And here's Sydney Starr that I am definitely remorseful. I was then, and I still am now. True sorry. Y'all don't even know me as a person. How do you know what I truly feel? Like I said, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. I'm not looking for clarity from nobody, but God knows my heart and the people who are close to me. Excuse me. So if y'all want to continue to bash me for something I owned up to, go right ahead. I'm strong and I will get through it. If I could turn back the hands of time, I would. Wait, I'm not about to read this whole thing. Y'all gonna have to go to the neighborhood talks to see. Look, and she keep going on and on. She want attention. She thirsty. So Sydney Starr, you want attention? I'm gonna get some views off you, hun. Okay? I think it's just horrible. And no, you won't be able to live it down. You shouldn't have never did it. I just can't stand when people do not have intentions and they try to hoodwink people into something they're not. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just don't like it. I don't like when people do not have good intentions. And I'm finding myself vetting people a lot more. I'm not quick to call anybody friend anymore. Because when a person showed me who they are, I believe them the first time. And people think I'm very cold. Nope, I don't got time for people playing with me. Okay, because I'm a good person. And I'm gonna spend my energy on people that deserve it, who earn it, who's doing the same things I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not coming down off my throne to entertain the foolery. Even though I do on my channel, I entertain the foolery. I do. I like it. Y'all put it out there. I'm gonna talk about it. So what y'all think about this situation? I'm glad Chingy. I'm like, Chingy, where you been, dog? Everybody good. Where you been? Can we get some more music? Let's get some more music. But Sydney is thirsty. She was thirsty on Love and Hip Hop. Talking about, oh, I'm a rapper. That girl can't even put 2 words together. She was an epic fail on Love and Hip Hop too. I love it. I love it. Let's see what else we gonna get into. I'm just winging it, cuz that's how I'm on it. Oh, did y'all hear about Brittany Garner? I posted. Oh, let's get into some feel good stories. I got a couple of things for y'all. I posted today. Let's do this one first. You know Kanye with the White Lives Matter situation. Well, shout out to the Plainest Jane. I love her channel. But she brought something to my attention. 2 black gentlemen trademarked and LLC the White Lives Matter slogan so that Kanye cannot capitalize off of it. I thought this was a real power move. Okay, this is how we make change, you guys. This is how we take our power back when we have unjust things happening in our society. Okay, and I thought this was real gangster of them. All right. And I say, hey, Kanye need to pay attention. Kanye's such a genius. He ain't even trademark the name White Lives Matter. He's such a genius. I thought it was fantastic too, cuz. So now, oops, wrong button. So now let me pull up this article. Shout out to the Shade Room. So the owners of the White Lives Matter trademark are making moves to transfer the rights to the NAACP or the Anti-Defamation League. They done stepped it up another level, and I thought this was dope. Let's jump into this article. So the Shade Room has confirmed that the owners of the pending White Lives Matter trademark are making moves to transfer ownership of the trademark to the NAACP or the Anti-Defamation League. So Ramama's Ja and I Am Q Ward and Civic Cypher revealed that they got the idea to obtain ownership of the White Lives Matter phrase after a listener of their radio show gave them the idea. See, this is why it's important for us to communicate amongst the community so we can share information. Okay. So Josh said you can prevent bad things from happening by owning it. Facts. You can shape the outcomes. Facts. Okay. The radio show discusses a variety of topics affecting people in communities of color, such as voter suppression, police brutality, and political issues. In a conversation at NPR, Ward said, if we're being asked to be the protectors, then we will do that. We will rise to that calling and we will do our best to do right by everyone. I love this. I love this. Drop into my comments. Let me know what y'all think. Let's see what Curves got to say. The only thing is they're gonna considering selling it to the ADL, and those are the same people demanding an apology from Kyrie. Really? Really? They also are considering selling it to the NAACP. Curves, I'm dropping a link. If you have time, please come up and elaborate. Because I like to get all sides. I do. I like to get all sides. I mean, this is still a great thing. I think they took something that had such a negative undertone and switched it around. Let's see what some of the comments think. Let's see what some of these comments say. So, Wow, Taj Mari has grown so much. Oh my God, this is Tia and Tamara's brother. Duh! I just made the connection. This person says, some of y'all don't understand the power of a trademark. They now can stop people from profiting off the phrase. That's what I know. That's the main thing. Might as well give it to Dr. Umar. He'll make sure he sue everyone trying to use it. That was so smart to trademark. I assume it was owned by chess, not checkers. That's right. They playing the long game, I feel like. they playing the long game. Hey, Curse.
Hi. I just got up. I haven't even had my coffee yet. I was kicking back listening to you. This is a fun live. I love it. I love getting like just little tidbits of news like this in the morning. And you made it so fun and personable. I love. How are you this morning?
I'm blessed and I feel good. I feel good.
Yes. That full moon sleep last night was incredible, right?
Oh, I slept so good. I woke up like ding with all these ideas. See, look, we set up a little studio for myself in a different area.
I see. I was like, she got her art up behind her. I love it. So my things are going up.
What's going up?
No, you said my my subs are going up?
Yeah.
I don't even check. I try not to look because I'm so obsessive about it. I try not to
have
even
moments.
look.
So last week I took a whole break, Curves. Like, don't look at the studio. Don't look at anything. Sometimes you got to remove.
Yeah. Because I want it so bad. So I was like kind of obsessive. Why you so obsessed with me?
But I said, look at Curves getting up there. That interview yesterday, awesome. I love the Black Girl Magic.
Awesome. Yeah. Leah, she's super interesting. I wish we didn't have technical difficulties, but still, at least I landed the interview, right?
Yes. I was so proud of you. Because
thank you.
I'm
on decaf now, you guys, because I'm always like, That's
so
hilarious.
So that this story was interesting to me because I had to I trademarked Naughty Love Movement when I started this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was on to something. You know what I mean? Like, it took me some years to develop, but I'm like, girl, you gotta protect your brand.
Yeah, like it's on my list to trademark me. I'm like, I hope nobody's watching me or jocking me right now until I can get that together. Because that's very important.
Yes, it is
important.
Actually, I put my trademark link on all my descriptions on my videos. I always put the link there so people know.
So they know it's trademarked, huh? Oh, that's an excellent idea. How much does trademarking a name run? You should do a live on how to do it.
Yeah, good suggestion.
No, seriously.
It ran me about $200.
Oh, that's it? I thought it was more like 700.
Nah. And you know what? I did it separate. Like, I did my trademark first. I protected the name. And then later on, I went on my state website and I did the LLC and registration. And it was cheaper that way. Because when you go through like LegalZoom and stuff like that, they run up the bill. What they do is they separate each entity, right? And charge you for each one. When a lot of it, you could just go to your state's website and they'll walk you through how to register a business, how to LLC, and it's less expensive that way.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out for my state because you guys listen to her. Trademark yourself. You don't want two random dudes owning your most current t-shirt title. Like
exactly.
But those two dudes are incredible. That was like buying a Bitcoin almost. They bought it for hecka cheap and now it's appreciated just because people are like, oh darn, I can't just use that now.
I'm gonna look to see if some stocks coming soon because I'm gonna get in on that early.
I think they should sell it to the NAACP, except for like the NAACP isn't what it used to be, especially after the Rachel Dolezal. I mean, we're not even vetting people to make sure they're African American before they're in the NAACP. So I don't know but I don't know what other organization should own it. I don't think the Anti-Defamation League should have it, because they should already thought of that. These two brothers thought of it. Let's just try to keep it in the melanin. And then that would be like Black people owning white people.
I love it. It's something so good.
Part of the reparations.
But I love how they took the power back, right? And how they took something so negative and they flipped it around.
Yeah.
And Kanye couldn't think of this, Mr. Genius. Yay.
Yeah. His thoughts are like, he seems like an idea man, but not a clear idea.
And not
like,
an
oh yeah,
executor.
let's put White Lives Matter on a shirt, because he was being cheeky, but now somebody owns it. So now you have to pay them or not wear that shirt, Kanye. Right? Did you see that rapper who got White Lives Matter tattooed on him with Mark Zuckerberg?
Oh my God, send it to me, Kurt.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm gonna totally send it to you, because I was like, why is this melanin leg say White Lives Matter?
Exactly.
And then his arm has Mark Zuckerberg, and he whited Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh my God. People are losing their ever-loving minds. Okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh, cray.
Ever-loving minds. Are we following each other on Instagram, Curves? I thought we were.
I thought we were, but it's Larger Curves on Instagram too.
Yeah, I think we are.
Okay.
So we need to start sharing stories.
Yeah, because I get some things pretty fast and I share them to some other people. And I will definitely add you in the loop, because I don't go live about all this stuff all the time. I just am nosy enough to try to find the news.
Well, see, me, I prefer, because Curves, I do all my own editing. Everything you see on my channel, as far as like the editing, I do all that stuff myself. So when there's a lot of stories, when there's a lot going on, it's easier for me to just go live.
Right.
You know, because the editing process, it takes some commitment. And
it does, right? Oh my gosh. Like, to do a 10-minute video, it's like a half hour, 40 minutes of editing.
Yep. Exactly.
Easy.
Exactly. So that's why I wanted to start going live, to kind of cut back on some of my editing, because I'm just like, I don't have enough hours in a day. I work full time.
Yeah.
Like, when you guys see me on live, I'm sitting at my desk working, giving out views to all my favorite YouTubers.
Yeah. Me too. I work from home too. And I homeschool. You see all my stuff for homeschooling, and I homeschool.
Oh, look at you.
So I'm like trying to be a superwoman over here. But did you see Kyrie Irving's live this morning?
No, I didn't.
He went live. He had some things to share. I got to catch it because you know about everything that's happening with him.
Yeah.
And what are your points on it? Like, do you have an opinion? Do you think he should have not posted it? Do you think that we are not allowed to theorize on the origin story of anybody but us? Like,
I don't think it's fair, to be quite honest. I think he has a right to research and figure out, okay, who these people really are, right? I think it's only fair.
Because it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not intellectually honest to require me to not ask a question about an entire race of people. You flew to Israel, where the sun is so bright, they require sunscreen on what they call their home country. But they needed a plane to get there, and were placed there in 1954 as a way to like actually gain power in that region, because they needed them over there in our region. So they flew him over there. But when we question, well, how is that what they say it is? Now he's anti-Semitic. Like,
I mean, look, we need to look at I feel like the definition of anti-Semitic changes.
They change it all the time. Oh my God, I was so mad. after Whoopi Goldberg, I was like, so what is anti-Semitism? I felt so confused. I felt so tiny-minded. I said, how did I make it to my 50s and I don't understand what anti-Semitism is? How did I make it to my 50s believing that Jewish was a religion and not a race? Because, or else how did Sammy Davis Jr. become one? Because he was born Black, but he converted to Judaism because that's an option. You can't convert to Black. I'm sorry. So I was like, how did I get this old and all of this stuff miss me? So I went to the ACLU, not the ACLU. What's that? Yeah, the ADL website and looked up what's anti-defamation, anti-Semitism. Within 48 hours of me looking it up, when it happened to Whoopi Goldberg, they changed it.
What?
They changed it.
So how come we can't change meaning of things?
We can. That's my whole point. We can, but they don't allow us the space to. But we can. They're trying to change it for us by saying that slaves were workers and saying that we came over here just to look for work. And when we couldn't get none, we decided to work for free. You know what I'm saying? They're doing all this stuff
So we
to
chose
our history. But when we
chose
question,
to break apart our families.
Right? And so I just am like really upset that they are allowed to constantly redefine themselves while keeping us in a box and then punishing us for thinking outside the box they placed on us.
What are they trying to hide? That's why
Exactly.
I feel like
hit dogs holler. Hit dogs holler every time, in my opinion.
Exactly.
You know? And
that's the first thought that came to mind. Like, what do you have to hide? Like, our history is out there. Y'all try to cover it up.
Right.
Our history is out there. It's true, y'all.
Yeah.
Our word, our women.
Right.
Y'all trafficked us all over the place, men and women. I mean, let's not forget, they used to use our men as breeders.
Yes. Yeah. Because they understood the power of melanin. I mean, it's like a superpower. It helps us against radiation. It makes us stronger. It makes our hearing better. That's why our food tastes so good. That's why we have better rhythm. And it's not to say that that makes them deficient. It's just to say that melanin is a superpower, in my opinion. It's true. You know, they're even trying to use melanin at NASA in some stuff. They're even using melanin in as a current of electricity in some hardwares and stuff. So it's like crazy what they do with it. But then the question is, where are they getting the melanin?
Where are they getting it?
Why aren't they looking for us when we go missing? Because they know where we are. They're sucking the melanin out of us. Okay, that's enough crazy talk.
No. I'm gonna tell you where else they getting the melanin. The DR. All you ladies going over there to get your BBLs. They stealing your organs and your melanin.
Oh my gosh, that lady, her kidney came out. And I want this gone hella bad, but I'm not going nowhere where they got to put me to sleep. I'm just
Why
doing
you gotta fly out the country? We live in America. We got some of the best doctors here. Why you gotta fly out the country? Because it's cheaper. That's why.
It's cheaper. And it's cheaper because you in danger, girl.
But by the time it occurs, yes. But why, by the time you pay for the flight, the hotel, is it really cheaper? I mean, you might as well just put that. You could save up a little extra dollar. It may take you a little extra month to get there, but you'll be safe.
Exactly.
You'll be safe.
Or, I mean, when you do become an after, you really have to think about, your after picture. You really have to think about where you go and get that done, because all money ain't good money. Everybody knows that.
And see, I'm all for plastic surgery. If everyone should feel the best about themselves. And I have a friend that suffered with some deformities in her, and it was like very obvious. And she was like a tall, solid woman, right? And this was just the one thing, and she's just like, I just don't feel good about myself, or whatever. And she saved up the money. She did her research. She did research for about a year on doctors before she settled on it, and her results were great.
Yeah.
And she deserved it. She walking around with her double D's now. Like, yes. Here I go. Okay.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So,
we got to do whatever we can to make ourselves feel better, but just do your research, people.
Do your research. If they're not accredited doctors, I don't want them cutting on my body.
I know they call it medical practice, but plastic surgery, that's don't practice.
Let's see. This is 5 hours ago. Kyrie, let me see if I can find the live. Because I want to see what he has to say. I just think they just going too far. And because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, people are too sensitive.
Too sensitive, while requiring us to be insensitive, not only to ourselves, but, you know,
Is that it?
mostly to our, yes, that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it
It
up.
was good. It was good. He's talking about his generation, the millennials. If you were born between 81 and 96, he was talking to you, saying that you need to wake up. There's distractions, and everything else. Hey, baby. There's distractions and everything else, and he was wanting us not to be so distracted that we allow ourselves to continue in the same vein. We need to break out of this. We need to have the young connect with the old in as far as in us, and we need to use each other, because there's some wisdom on our side, but they have the power to do it. And so we need to work together. We can't act like they're ignorant. We need to forgive that, and they need to forgive our ignorance, so that we can finally work together through the generations to push us forward to the next level, because there's no going back to sleep.
Exactly.
Regardless.
And there's a major disconnect. See, like I grew up with my grandparents. My grandparents were my parents,
Right.
my second parents. So, and now this generation, they're so technology driven, they don't even know how to have a conversation anymore.
Right.
And
Right.
that's the generation I came from, where you conversate and you call your grandparents and you check on them.
Every day.
And you check on them. Hold on, let me go. Here you go.
I feel like the 6 steps they're giving Kyrie too are too much. I feel like that's double jeopardy, but they always over police us and over punish us. It's over punishment. So you already got a punishment, but now we need to over punish you because you didn't submit in the way that they said he needs to do. An unqualified. They keep putting all these certain words in front of the word they just said. So you need to apologize. Okay, I'm sorry if you felt like that, which is the standard clear people apology, right? So he gave them what we always get. And they were like, no, you need to do an unqualified apology. If you look at what unqualified is, that means you don't even want me to forgive you. You're just sorry. You're just contrite. You're just sorry. You're not saying sorry for forgiveness. You're just sorry. That's the kind of apology they decided they needed from him. The commissioner of the NBA said that in his statement. He needs to do an unqualified apology.
That is correct. Now we gotta what? Give our right arm.
Yeah, and that was
and get on our knees. And we have to kiss the ring next.
Kiss the ring. You saw this list of 6 things he needs to do after they had already punished him by fining him the initial $500,000 and suspending him the 5 games with no pay. So that's 3 punishments already they just gave him. So while he's on suspension, 48 hours later, they come up with the list of 6 more things. That's overkill. That's over punishment. That's over policing, because he is not submitting the way they need him to. They want him to relent, and he's not relenting.
Why? He's a free man with free thought.
Oh, but no, he's not. They're telling him he's not free because they say so. And that's oppression. Who are you to tell me I'm not free with this thought in my head?
I don't know about you, Kurz, but I would be out of there from the NBA. I don't care how much money they paying me. Like,
I don't know. I think he's considering it. And now Nike hopped on the bandwagon the same way that they did with.
They trying to do him like Kanye.
Yes, they hopped on. They're refusing to release his Kyrie 8s that were supposed to drop for Christmas.
This cancel culture is getting out of control, but I'm starting to feel like it's only targeted. It's like a systemic thing. Like it's only targeted towards us to be harsh. Because I could think of a lot of Caucasian comedians that say some effed up stuff.
Yeah,
and I don't recall them getting dragged. Like Andrew Dice Clay, he says the most ridiculous.
Oh my gosh! But they want to shut down Dave Chappelle. But Andrew Dice Clay got to exist.
And even with Dave Chappelle, okay, I get that we need to support everyone in their differences, but we're not allowed to have an opinion. Like, just because that's the way you choose, that may go against the values that I have for my life. And I'm allowed, look, I'm not going to sit around and bash you or judge you or anything like that. But this is my opinion. This is how I feel about it.
Right.
So I get dragged, like, too sensitive.
So crazy.
People are too sensitive.
Too sensitive.
I was sitting on a panel the other day, and they was trying to say that it was gay bashing. What was these? We was on Sherelle's World, and it was something about Tia Mowry and her husband in the article stating that he was living a bisexual lifestyle or whatever. And so the panel was talking, giving their thoughts on it, because it's just like or whatever.
Yeah, like really?
Because like you living a whole double life out here. Like we knew you was broke or whatever, but now we know like you're a narcissist or whatever. And plus you've been doing your wife dirty. Okay. You've been dipping in all type of places.
Yeah.
So somebody came on a panel and was like, this is gay bashing. And I'm offended.
No. But see, it's not bashing to disagree. That's the thing. And Arnold Schwarzenegger told her, he said, this generation is snowflakes, right? Like, dude, I grew up in the freaking 70s. Do you know what Richard Pryor was saying?
Exactly.
You know what Gallagher was saying? Do y'all
Eddie
know
Murphy?
Eddie Murphy, hello. Like, I mean, I grew up when it was just humor. Archie Bunker was on TV during prime time, being as racist as the day is long. He was basically the Republicans on TV in prime time in a sitcom environment. Like,
absolutely.
And I grew up on that. And now you want me to not be that kind of funny?
Curves. I grew up on all that stuff too. Okay. And I was so happy when the Jeffersons, they made Archie Bunker become friends with. I was like, that's right.
That was funny.
They made his racist behind have several seats or whatever. So I used to love it. But I just come from a place of raw humor where you just laugh. Nobody took it so personal.
Yeah.
Or whatever and stuff like that. Even like I grew up on Raw.
Yes, exactly. Eddie Murphy Raw. Yep.
Like Eddie probably feel like he can't even do a stand-up show no more.
Anymore, yeah.
It's so censored now. And what? They was mad because Dave Chappelle hosted Saturday Night Live.
It's like, let it go. Okay?
Let it
Cut
go.
it out and let it go. And laughter is the freest medicine in the universe.
It's
laughter is the free and they just don't, they want to even second guess our natural laughter.
So Curve, soon we're gonna be walking around like this. I better not laugh at that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she might get offended.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Unless something is directed at me personally, like I have a sense of humor. That's me.
And even like when it's directed at us personally, we grew up on the Dozens or whatever, or Jonan or whatever. So
cracking on each other. We called it cracking or hiking.
Yeah, like we're just like,
where you think your mama jokes came from?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Those used to be hilarious. I didn't like them, but they were funny. But they were funny, and I still didn't like them.
And see, I have a lot of boy cousins, so they always used to be picking on the girls and stuff like that. And I think it made me have a tough skin.
Definitely.
So I'm not so sensitive to a lot of things because I grew up around boys who used to say anything or whatever. But always someone left crying. And that's when you know you won the hiking battle.
Yeah.
You brought somebody to tears.
Right. The moment you can turn laughter into pain, then your work here is done.
But guess what?
Still, you would laugh. You would probably even laugh about that later. It was funny till it wasn't, man. Like,
And that's what I think kids are missing. Like, they don't have that unity amongst their family and friends anymore because everyone's so divided and all over the place. But I'm trying to change that for my family. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to make, because the C-Girl, that whole situation, it brought us together in this way. Like, we had a lot of fights because I have two daughters.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter is 26 and my youngest daughter is 17, soon to be 18. So I'm an empty nester out here in these streets. That's why I be acting up. But you know what? We had to have a lot of fights. We had to. We had to break down those walls. It forced us to come together and talk, and really hash out our emotions and our differences. And now we're closer than ever.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I feel like that was a blessing and a curse too. Like for so many people, it brought them so close. And for so many people, it just magnified why you shouldn't have been around my ass in the first place.
And hello. Hello. I think it brought out people's true colors. Okay.
Yeah.
This is who you really are.
Yeah. It's because that 8 hours that you spend outside the house was giving you time to put your mask back on before you got home. Right.
Well, I was already working from home, Curves.
See? So you were ahead of the game.
I think that saved my life.
Yeah.
To be quite honest.
Yeah, because you didn't have to go through the, oh shit, where'd everything go? Definitely. Well, I'm glad that worked out for you.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, let's get into this Kyrie live. Hold on. I love Curves. Like, she come on, she be having all the deets, okay?
And I love KNOTTY, you guys. You guys like this video, subscribe. If you haven't already, hit her bell, man. Ring her bell.
Yes.
It's all right.
Hold on. Let me get this together over here, guys.
Let me get my charger.
Okay. Let's get into this.
Okay.
Let me know if it's an echo.
For healing. We all need it about now. They call this the Lord's Day in certain religions, certain parts of our society. So I'm gonna pay my respect and my homage.
Yeah, an echo.
An echo.
Shoot, what did I have to tell y'all? Y'all making me forget. Nah, I'm joking. I'm just trolling y'all. But shoot, I gotta share something with y'all. It ain't no bad news or anything like that. It's just a reality, right? And I'm gonna ask y'all from my soul to yours, please do not get distracted out here. Please do not fall victim to what the system is putting out there. It's a lot of misinformation. It's a lot of trauma going around. It's a whole lot happening in our world. And the system wants you to be depressed, wants you to be in a state of being that is low vibrational. All right. It's a change and it's a shift in what's going on in our world right now. And I'm letting you know, I'm not being arrogant or anything like that, but from 1981 to 1996, this millennial generation, I hope y'all know, we're here to shake some shit up. We're here to shake some stuff up. But in order to shake some stuff up, right? And the next generation, Gen Z, is going to come right after us. So they're watching us, right? Then you got my kids' generation, which is very young. But I got on here to say this. Please do not get distracted out here emotionally, spiritually, because the system itself is, is dying. Is dying. Old ways of living, the old ways of doing things. It's not going to last for too much longer, y'all. I'm just saying. And I don't know anything, right? I don't know all the answers to what's going on, but I'm saying this to y'all specifically because it's important that those that understand, that are aligned and what's going on around here, that y'all paying attention, because without us making a change right now and shifting our consciousness, our kids they're gonna fall victim to this system too. And the system I'm talking about it's a myriad of objective topics that we follow since we were kids, which is sex, love, relationships, religion, culture, class, finance, entertainment, media, social platforms at this point. Please do not fall victim to these things that are being manipulated and controlled. Please do not. Please do not. We have so many truth tellers out here that are doing the right things. And I could point them out, but you have to have your own level of discernment once you're consciously awaken to what's really going on. And I could go on and on, but look, I have to speak in general topics because it gets too mixy. You know what I'm saying? But I hopped on here specifically to share something with y'all. My generation, the millennial generation, we got to be better. We got to be better. My millennial generation, we got to be better. We know too much of the truth. And sometimes that will put us in places where we're fearful or we have anxiety. And in order to make an impact out here that is generationally sound, where it lasts for not just one generation, but for 7 to 10 to 20 generations now, we have to break free mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to do it, but we have people out here that are willing to extend a helping hand and do it, you know? And I went live on this main page because I know that, you know, some people are going to take this as, oh man, this guy's, what is he talking about now? This guy thinks he's, and it's like, it's not even about that. I don't even have energy to give that to, or to give to that today, you know, or any point in my life. But I will tell you this, we got to be better. We have to protect our youth. We have to protect our ways of life. We have to protect the kids that are looking up to us. So my millennial generation, this is a call out to you. No, real talk. This is a shout out to you. As Gen Z's watching and our older generation is waiting for us to take control of the wheel and lead our world into new places, new ways of thinking, because it's not happening, you know, without the proper techniques and strategies. It's not happening if we're not prepared. So, you know, and I say my generation because the millennial generation is because we help create a lot of these social platforms. We help create a lot of these trends. We help create a lot of these, you know, new waves of doing things. Like, I'm not saying that arrogantly, but from 1981 to 1996, this is specifically for y'all. Please, 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 please educate the youth the right way. Please, please, we are star seeds, just like Gen Z is, just like our elders were. We are star seeds. We returned here for a bigger purpose that many people won't understand. And a lot of this Instagram live will go over people's heads, but that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody's going to get the fight. Not everybody's going to get into the war. Not everybody's fearless out here. You know what I'm saying? I'll be more specific when I say this. I'm getting a lot of wisdom from the elders, and they're telling me that this generation that I'm in, and I'm talking about born from 1981 to 1996, that if we don't get our stuff together and start making a conscious effort to change the ways of living out here, we'll be doomed. If we keep living the same lifestyle that we looked at when we were kids and saw like, oh, this popping, oh, this is one of the people I need to follow. Like, think about social media in general. Like, you guys are we're just following. I say you guys, no, we are just following people. We're just following people. That is a level of influence that can be dangerous if it's not poured in the right places. And I woke up with this on my spirit because I had to let it off. You know, this was what was called to me this morning. I don't know what exactly, but this is what has been called for me to share with you guys. The elder generation is saying it's time to wake up. Wake up. Wake up. I'm not going to tell y'all what to do. I'm not going to tell y'all how to live, what to think, but our millennial generation, this is specifically being accountable for us. We can't try to force our thoughts and our ways on anybody else, but we have to know that the right way is already in us. Feel me? That's why you have to be rooted and grounded in who you are. I'll tell you this. This is my last thing before I hop off live. I wake up every single day knowing that my skin color is something that is hated on. My culture is something that has been pushed underneath the rug. They're now changing history to be forgotten about. And that's why I'm saying this generation, this millennial generation, specifically us, if we allow them to cover up all the history and all the things that have happened to our human race and what has been done, we will be doomed. That's all I'm saying. So all the young kids that may not understand it yet, that's fine. You're going to come into this. But to my generation, be better. Be better. Do not get distracted out here. Do not get, do not get to a place where you're stagnant. We have a lot of entrepreneurs. We have crypto. We have NFTs. We've redefined art. We have the metaverse coming. We have all these great things coming. You know what I mean? But still, when chaos happens and trauma happens, we revert back to our old ways. They're trying to do everything possible in order to keep us in a low vibrational state. A low vibrational state. If you don't know what low vibrational state of being is, please go look it up. But I'm specifically talking to my generation right now that if we do not teach our kids the truth of this world and what has happened and what has taken place, it will be lost in history. We will be lost. We will be the generation that's lost in history. Black, white, red, yellow, don't matter what color you are, there has been some type of part of your history or our human history that has been erased for purposes that go way beyond our understanding. And I won't tell you that I know everything. I know nothing, right? I know nothing. I'm just a star in the universe. But what I do know is when I'm called to share things and I pop out like this is for intention that goes way beyond, what I can understand physically at times. I understand, spiritually, but don't understand it physically and why I'm put in certain places, but standing tall. But look, I'm gonna end my point here. To my generation and to the older generation, we must bridge the gap, and it's happening now, but we must do it faster. We must do it faster. It's not happening. It's not happening. And the reason why I say it's not happening quick enough is because we had generations come before us and we're still doing the same ish. The same traumatic events are happening in our world. You know what I mean? We had a whole entire shooting in Buffalo and there's no more news coverage anymore on the families. There's nothing. We had people of color die in Buffalo and things took place that still limited the exposure and the coverage because it was based off of pure hatred and it was an act of terrorism, and we won't call it that. I'm just telling y'all the truth right here, because when I say that my generation and the older generation has to bridge the gap, it's because our kids are watching everything that we do. They're watching everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? The kids are watching everything that we do, but we want to put them in the metaverse. We want to put them in front of the TV. We want to put them on Instagram. We want to put them on social media so quick. We want to give them the same diseases that we have right now. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting my kids through this system that's designed to distract and demean and destroy character based on race, culture, class. I'm a native and I'm a black man or African man. I had to identify that because that's what was given to me in this Euro-centralized society. I had to identify as a race. I had to identify what my religion is. But the reason why I'm speaking like this is because to my generation and to the older generation, we can't have this. That's enough talking. We can't have this. This joint can't fly anymore. It can't happen anymore. And I'm called crazy trying to grow up in this Eurocentric society or this society that holds white supremacy over the top of everything, which was created by them. I never created it. How can I be sane in a society that calls me crazy for trying to live a moral, just life, a principle-led life? I didn't grow up seeing color. I didn't grow up seeing, religion and culture, bro. It was taught to me. It was taught to me.
Oh my God, Kurtz.
Right?
I grew up in school with this stuff. I had experiences. So my generation, like we still deal with it a lot, but our older generation dealt with it far more superior than we did, just because it was way out in the open. Now it's way more guarded and silent and subtle. All these isms and all these definitions that we put out here. And let me direct it back to my point. I can wake up every single day knowing that the system is right in front of me and I'm making money for the system. The system is what I need to survive. Right. But the system also created an image of the way you're supposed to be out here. And that's just not reality. That's not reality. The image that's created of who we should be. Like, look on all these social media websites. Is everybody not trying to be the same? Is everybody not trying to be the same on all these social platforms? Is everybody not trying to be famous? Everybody not trying to be liked? Is everybody not trying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. But y'all want to crucify the people that want to make change. But as soon as some shit pop off, everybody runs back. I don't get it. Everybody runs back to their Twitter, to their Instagram, to their TikTok. Everybody runs back to social. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody just runs back. Nothing gets done. Nothing gets changed. And I'm not saying that I'm going to be the only one that's changing this thing, but damn, like millennials, we got to be better. We got to be better. Millennials, our generation, this is for us. And y'all know who I'm talking to. Our generation, 1981 to 1996. That generation and our older generation, I don't want to say older, like age, stuff like that. I'm just saying our more wise generation, our elders ahead of us, they got it. They got us. They're going to protect us. They're going to protect us. But first, we have to reclaim a few things. We have to eat well. That doesn't mean just going vegan. We have to eat well. You have to eat well. You have to treat your body right. You have to treat your mind right. You have to know what you're putting in here. You have to let go of things. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. I had to let go of seeing my ancestors buried in places that have been covered up by lakes. I had to go see museums with nooses around my ancestors' necks. I had to go see lawmakers that are still living today that put a lot of my family members in bondage or in prison or oppress them in some type of way. I had to go see that, and I had to let go of that energy, that hateful energy that I had in order to move on in this world, to talk openly. Because if I didn't let it go, I would have been walking around as what? The angry black man. The angry black man. I had to, that's always the MO. If you're the angry black man, you can't get anything done. So I had to change up my approach and my perspective. Doesn't mean that I'm not ready for war out here, but it just means that I know who my enemy is and why they're doing what they're doing. And the reason why I express these things to you is because the millennials, we have the answers. We have the answers. It starts with our diet. It starts with our spiritual systems. It starts with breaking free out of this matrix, out of this system where you're not controlled by it. You're not run by it. And everybody calls the matrix, the system, whatever you want to describe it as, right? But we wake up every single day and you're not in control, are you? All right, then. You know, so let me round in everything I said. I was going to do a post. I was going to do, something the norm, like I was going to do something like that. But if we don't wake up millennial generation, and if we don't partner with our elders, and if we don't teach our kids the right ways of living, meaning that when they're 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 years old, and then when they turn 8 and they go to school, and all of a sudden racism becomes a thing, and all of a sudden like capitalism becomes a thing based on comparison, like who has the most money in the household, all that good stuff that we like to argue about. But I'm saying millennials, if we don't partner with the elders and if we don't take care of Gen Z and the generation that come after, we're doomed, bro. We have the power. We are the majority. Y'all keep forgetting that. Y'all thought it was hard for me to stand on what I believe in, but it's not. It just means that you have to be ready to deal with the consequences, whatever comes that way. And again, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to repeat this. I don't know all the answers. I don't have all of them. I won't pretend like I do because there's so much information out there, but I will share this with you. When it's on my spirit and on my heart and I've meditated on it, I prayed on it, I'm going to share it in a way that is positively reinforced. I have no hatred for people in my heart. I am a soul bound by this universe to do amazing things, even if it's small in someone else's perception, it's big in mine. It's my life, it's my journey, right? I never was born to see color, culture, class, all these things, right? I grew up in it. But now that I identify with my family lineage and I know where I come from, there's not anything that could really make me go into hiding anymore, because I've seen it all. There's new things happening under the sun all the time, but they've convinced you that there's nothing new happening. You feel me? We're stronger together. We are way stronger together. Way stronger together. And the first thing that I want to see out here is all of us being able to have a conversation, right? And I don't say all of us, like it can't happen all at once, but all of us that have a conversation within our households where we address a lot of the stuff that happened in the past without getting too angry about it and leaving the table unheard and hurt. Because I'll tell you this, and again, I keep saying this is my last thing, but look, my ancestors' pain and anxiety and fear is still in my DNA. It's still in the DNA. All the things that my family went through in the past and that I've seen, it went away. And the reason why I shouted out the millennial generation, because y'all feel this. Y'all feel this and y'all know. My generation knows. We grew up a certain type of way and we're trying to change things, but every time we get back pushback, sometimes we give up. It's like, nah, F that. F that. F that, y'all. Nah, it's find your tribe season. Find your tribe. And not everybody is going to get along. I don't expect that. But what I am expecting is that the millennial generation, when we connect with our elders, show some respect for the wisdom that they have, but do not judge their ignorance. Do not judge them. Do not criticize what they do not know. Share the information. Give them the right portals. And to my younger generation that's watching this, Instagram comments, TikTok comments, living your life on social media and technology is not the end all be all, and that's not real life. It's a part of life, but it's not real life. So as we're fighting this fight, and I say we're, meaning there are races of people, specifically African people, native people around the world that are fighting for their lives based on skin color. This veil that's over top of people's consciousness because they would like to keep you, meaning the system would like to keep you distracted physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So all of that being said, my millennial generation, be better. Including holding me accountable, be better. We're not letting this world get away from teaching our kids something that don't belong in them. No, we're not. No. We're not letting this system teach our kids what they tried to teach us and tell us that this is the way that the world goes. No, it does not. No, it does not. That's not the way we want it to go. So from 1981 to 1996, my generation, I am one of the responsible individuals that's calling on us to be better. We're having kids, bro. Come on. We're having kids out here. And they want me to be on here talking about the same things that I do all the time. But look, I'm too politically seasoned. You know what I mean? I'm too politically seasoned out here because that's the way I grew up. I grew up in this political system, understanding that power plays all the time. But the real power is when you follow the green. And the green is something that gets defined by all these people that are playing out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The green, the money. But while we're building our own, we have to just be aware that this is part of our conditioning and brainwashing that happened to us. So until we break free out of that, we're still going to see this world as what it's designed to be. But in order to design something better and new in you, got to start with diet, got to start with education. We have to start with ourselves, our spiritual systems. We have to let go of the old mold of being human in this world. Yo, look at the 1600s, the 1700s, the 1800s, 1900s, the 2000s, and they're over here telling us that, oh no, like it's getting better. No, it's not. No, it's not. Y'all saying it's getting better. No, it's not. We have kids picking up weapons and performing acts of violence. We have kids that are angry and depressed and don't know how to let their feelings be known. We have kids that are dealing with real, true, raw emotions, and they're running to social media to vent. The kids are running to social platforms to vent. If we don't teach them about the mind, body, and spirit and these spiritual systems, how do you expect them to learn it? How do you expect them to question authority when they know that the authority is not giving them what's best for them? That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to get too, I'm not going to get too preachy with y'all on this, because y'all probably hear this, from different spots, different places, different people. But in my generation, specifically the millennials, diet, health, well-being, forming our own spiritual system, we have the energy to shift this whole entire thing. So until we do that, we're just going to keep fighting. But I love y'all. I love each one of y'all, and I pray for you guys as my relatives all the time. I pray to Creator and our ancestors all the time. Whether they call me crazy out here in this society, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That, like, being called crazy in America is like, it could make you billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, being called crazy in this insane society at times, like, it doesn't really faze anybody anymore. You know what I mean? Because at this point, either doing something to further along our causes and make this revolution work, or we're not. And it doesn't look the same for everybody. Everybody has their own individual journey in this collective consciousness that we have out here. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody. So no, I don't identify as just one thing. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I identify as the truth of Creator, because I'm breathing and I'm able to do the things that I do every day, knowing that I don't have control of it all the time. So let's teach our kids about what we learned and how we grew up. Millennial generation. Come on. That's all I'm saying. Sound mind, sound spirit, sound body. So all my youngins out there, please, 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 please pay attention to what some of your older family members or relatives are saying. Your older brothers and sisters, please pay attention to them. Like, that's all. That's all, y'all. That's all. It's bigger than entertainment. It's bigger than politics. It's bigger than all the things that we hold value. It's bigger than social media. It's bigger. It's spiritually more purposeful to live a life that's aligned with standing on things that you believe in, that you know are truthful, and you have people around you that you can trust. It's bigger, y'all. It's bigger. It's bigger. Because y'all gonna get to know Hela. Yep. Y'all gonna get to know Hela. They've hijacked my Kyrie name. So I love y'all, and I hope that you guys are having a great start to your day, wherever you are in the world. All my brothers and sisters, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your healing. I'm praying for your alignment. All right? That's fine. That's fine. I grew up in this society where the crazy are sane and the sane are crazy. Oh, man. Growing up in society where the crazy are sane and the sane are crazy. Whatever that means. All right? So I'm praying to Creator for all y'all, man. All right? Love.
Wasn't that incredible?
Oh my God, Curse.
Sorry.
It was facts. So everything he was saying. Am I echoing?
Say something else.
Hello.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So some highlights. I feel like America's biggest epidemic is gaslighting and brainwashing.
Yes. Yes. And I'll add whitewashing.
Okay. Okay. Look at all the religions here. Look at how many false religions were able to build an empire here in America.
Right, right.
And I say that because I grew up Jehovah's Witness. All right. So it triggered me to do some digging through my life. And I was always attracted to cult culture.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And they use all the same ideologies. And this is the same thing they went over to Africa with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they got them to sell
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And the social media is horrible. They don't even care about the sanctity of marriage anymore. They're okay being side B's. They're okay running around calling a grown man that they don't even have their same DNA daddy. Okay? And you know, Kim K and all of them, the Paris Hilton, they started all this mess with the SEX tapes and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, but that's okay for them because they're objects of sexual desire, whereas we're sexual objects. Exactly. And that's why Amber Rose has to do what she does. And other people are just like, they're still considered pure, but we just saw you doggy style with like things coming from everywhere, like, but you're pure.
We have to be careful who we set as role models and mentees for our children. And I'm over it. The Christian Rock mess, the Carisha.
Yeah.
The way they're exploiting DV. They don't care. They have no shame whatsoever.
Right.
And everyone's like, oh, happy for her that she was at a Diddy party, Curves. Am I the only one that saw what that looked creepy to me?
When who was there?
Christian Rock. She went to Diddy's 53rd birthday.
Yeah, and the way they were kind of around her, like
it looked creepy to me.
That looked weird, and it looked like she was crying at one point. I don't know, but it's weird. It's all weird. And then what is Diddy doing? That's a whole other hour.
Girl and Curves, if you want to do a panel, let's dig into it. Because why was Albie Shore in a coma for 2 months? All of a sudden,
I just said that
he was shut up. They shut him down because he was telling the truth about Kim Porter.
Kim, yes, I just told my husband that. Oh my God, I just told him.
Something is suspicious about it, Curves, and he hasn't said much.
Yeah, the part that he did say, though, was enough to get somebody's hornets stirred. And then he ended up needing an organ transplant and everything within months.
Curves, how convenient. I found that whole thing. I felt like that party was very ritualistic.
Yes. And then did you notice, speaking of rituals, remember when Kanye did that weird ritual and he dressed up like a brown thing and then the people did the circle around him? So at Diddy's house, Christian was in brown and those girls were in a circle around her.
Yes. It was something weird.
It was just weird.
No, Curves, I'm with you. Because I looked at it with the side eye, like, why is she there?
Yeah.
That's a whole different generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That
generation. He doesn't have the kids. Do the kids like him? The twins? Do the twins like Christian, you think? I don't know why they would, but I mean, I love her song. Have you heard her song that it's a vibe?
Yeah.
She's kind of like giving me what's his name? Kurt Cobain in a girl vibe.
Mm-hmm. I believe Christian can be something very, very great. But until she learns her value and understands her worth, she's going to stay right there.
Yeah.
Because she's just used to toxic.
We all do until we don't, right? So, yeah.
Exactly. But the whole Albie Shore thing,
yeah, I was all in my conspiracy theories about that.
Me too.
I was like, ooh.
Because I never Kim Porter was a healthy woman.
Yes.
And all of a sudden her health is, I'm not saying that can't happen.
Yeah. But if you go back and look at her symptoms from what happened to her and like how fast it was and the respiratory issue and all of that stuff. And then, because that happened in 2019, I think. And then what else happened right after that?
What, as far as her symptoms?
How the whole world got shut down for the same type of illness that she ended up passing from.
Hello. Okay, gotcha.
So when I first saw, I was wondering, was she actually the first unreported case or something like that? Because it was so quick and respiratory-ish and out of nowhere, here today, gone tomorrow, the same way everything happened when everything first started happening with this. So I don't know. I did some research way back then, and I was like, I wonder, was she patient zero? Allegedly.
I'm just saying, it's just so many angles there, and I feel like it's so many holes. It doesn't make sense.
No sense. And then the way that homeboy is acting after that.
That's what I'm saying. It comes across as someone that's guilty of something. I've seen this behavior before, the hypersexuality.
Yeah. And now that I love everybody, just call me
love.
I love everybody. Yeah. I mean, I'm with love.
Me too.
I'm with it. But
I'm with love too.
It was just interesting the way that it all kind of accumulated.
I just think he's been acting a little erratic, if you ask me. Like, and if you notice, not a lot of the big hip hop artists, I'm talking like the Jay-Z and Rick Ross, they don't fool with Diddy.
They're not messing with him. They don't fool with him too much. Yeah, and he does have a lot of young people around him. Like, that's weird.
And he was, I don't know if the investigation is still, but he was under investigation.
See there?
Because of it, you know why they started the investigation? Because of Usher. Because he was saying that Diddy used to take him to these industry parties.
Yeah.
And he was only 15. That's against the law.
Yeah.
And then they got Diddy saying, oh, we used to wrestle in the bed and sleep in the same bed and fight over Fruit Loops and Cheerios. That's what started it.
Oh, see, that's very Michael Jackson vibes. See, and I didn't even feel like Michael did many things wrong. But but when I started hearing about having sleepovers and stuff, I was kind of side-eyeing that conversation.
I'm side-eyeing the parents. Like, what the heck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm throwing my kid everywhere.
Right. Yeah. And there's no me signing here for a night with my kid.
I'm going with my kid everywhere. So I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire, and his behavior is just very strange to me on a regular basis. And I feel like he douses it with alcohol and marijuana.
Yeah.
But I feel like Diddy is playing in our faces right now.
Yeah. We need to do a panel on that.
I'm down.
For sure.
We could totally plan that or whatever. I appreciate you sharing this content. This was very enlightening.
Wasn't it beautiful?
I felt like he was very well spoken. He's speaking facts. The younger generation is tainted.
Yeah.
And their drug is social media. And you know it's bad when children are turning to social media instead of their family and their loved ones.
Yeah. It's like the new gang.
Exactly. I waited. I held out as long as I could with my youngest daughter on social media.
Yeah. See there.
Or whatever. I mean, but she's a beautiful girl, and she's very talented. You know what I mean? She does hair and everything like that. So that I had to teach her to be responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's scary. Some of the things my sons have shown me, because my son he's like, Mom, look what I just saw.
Yeah.
And it was too much for him. I'm like, oh my God, how did that end up on your page? Like, it's a kid page. Like, how did that end up here? because people hide it and then the algorithm lets it slip through.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, there's some like traumatic things happening, some very nasty things he's come to me with, and I'm just like, oh my God, son, sorry you
Mm-hmm.
saw that. Like, that you're not supposed to even see this stuff. You're not supposed to have a place for this,
Mm-mm.
you know.
Mm-mm.
Oh, so crazy. But at least
It's
he
sad.
comes to me, and we have that kind of relationship where he knows he can come to me, and I'm not mad at him. But we do need to talk about what you just saw, and I need to let you know that's not how it usually works. That's not
Mm-hmm.
to be expected. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's crazy. It's
And you'd be
scary.
surprised. A simple conversation can set your kid right back on the right path, but you just
Yeah,
have to be in tuned and in touch with
yeah,
everything they're doing right now.
yeah,
It's crazy because they have access to
definitely.
so much, and so many people have access to our children.
I know, right? Do you think that Kyrie is gonna change his name? He's gonna pull a Prince, and he's
I
gonna.
think he should.
I
I'm
think he
here
just
for
told
it.
us. He's like,
I'm
we're
here
gonna have
for
to
it.
get to know Hela.
I hope he
Yeah,
starts a YouTube page because I'll follow. He said
yeah,
some very profound things.
definitely.
I
I
will
would
follow.
definitely follow him. Him and Kwame Brown. Do you follow Kwame Brown?
No, I don't think so, but I will
Oh, Kwame
start.
Brown. Yeah, so he used to play basketball too, and he started a movement during the demic, also, where he speaks truth to power. Now that he's not on their payroll anymore, but he never really aligned with the things that they made him do. So yeah, Kwame Brown, I love his page too. And everything that he
'Cause I
represents.
I love being, socially conscious. I love socially conscious
Yeah.
things like this. Like, oh, I just it's just good, healthy food because and what we do, you get sick of consuming the mess, right?
You're
Like,
right, right.
I'll report on it, but even sometimes I'll be like, I'm so over Hollywood.
I know, right? Because like you said, it's the vibration of Hollywood is kind of low.
It, it's just
And it
like
makes us have to
draining.
recognize that lowness. Like every panel we're on, we're pointing out the debased low vibration. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's right. Like that, and even my husband was like, well, maybe you can do different content because you need to keep your vibration high, wife. I'm like, oh, thanks for loving me, husband. You know,
And that's why I'm not, exactly, but that's why I don't mind saying, look, I need a break this week. Like
yeah,
I just need to focus on me. I need to
yeah,
get centered with myself, so you don't get lost in all that mess or whatever. I mean, I love talking crap. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
That's my guilty pleasure. But
right.
I hope eventually I could steer my content in a different direction, just like us connecting on the P. Diddy thing. I think
Yeah,
that's going to be
yeah.
a good thing. Like, I love going down conspiracy theories and things like
Ooh,
that.
we gonna have fun then. We gonna have
Oh
fun.
my God, Curves. Let's plan
Let's
it
get
for
it
sure.
scheduled. Yeah, let's schedule
Yes,
it
yes.
for sure.
So I have some time coming up off of work.
Yeah.
I have hold on, it's in my phone. I don't know if this is too soon, but I'm just throwing it out there. Like, I'm off the 18th and the 21st.
The 18th, I'm doing something with Diva, I think. But the
Mm-hmm.
21st will work.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. That'll be a nice pre-holiday schnauzer.
And what time are you thinking? What time is
I'm in
good for you?
California. You're on the East Coast?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I like this kind of time. This is perfect before stuff.
So I started 2 hours ago. So 10:30?
Yeah, which is 10:30 there. I think is 7:30 here. Are you 2 hours
Okay.
ahead or 9 hours ahead? I mean 3 hours.
I'm 3 hours.
Yeah, so 10 there is 7:30 here, and I'm usually up that time. I can grab some coffee and we can have a chat
So
for sure.
let's do 11:30. I want you to be fresh.
Okay.
Let's do 11:30. I'm adding it into my phone. I appreciate you joining my panel today. This was so much fun.
And I'm putting it on my calendar also. We said the 21st, right?
Yep, the 21st.
Look at
I
babes.
love Diva.
Isn't she excellent? I love her
Mm-hmm.
too.
She's my East Coast brethren, I tell you.
Okay, Monday, and we're gonna do that Monday morning. I'm just gonna block from 7 to 11 my time. Naughty.
And I think if we follow Diddy's career, it'll tell all.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So I love it. I love it. So I'll get back with you, Curves. I'll message you
Okay.
on the information that I come up with.
Yeah, yeah. And we'll see what we can get stirred, because I have lots of thoughts and have for a while about that whole situation.
Me too. Me too.
Oh,
I love it. I love
okay.
it. All
Thanks
right.
for having me, Naughty.
I always appreciate when you come on, Curves, because you come with the deets, honey. Okay. I'm gonna take a little break. I need to go eat me some food and stuff like that, nourish my body. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna go live with later. But it's just me on YouTube all day, Curves. I'm just
Oh,
doing my
okay.
thing.
Well, maybe I'll see you around here later. I'm gonna go homeschool and do my stuff, and I might see you later this evening.
Exactly.
You have a fantastic day. Make it a great day. We
Yes,
have that
you
power.
too, Curves.
We
You
have that power to make it a
too.
great day.
And make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button so you can be notified when I update content to my channel. And please go over to Large Curves and subscribe to her channel. She has a lot of great things on her channel, and I really enjoy her platform. She had a young lady yesterday. Oh, out of sight. Y'all have to go to her channel and check it out.
Awesome. Please do. See you guys.
All right, Curves. Later.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.